Good afternoon, everyone. Can you all hear me? Can you all see me? Am I audible, visible to all of you? Can I just raise hands and let me know that I'm audible and visible? Okay, I can see your hands, but I don't see your faces. There are three screens coming on that camera. Can you just take that screens off? You can only see three screens on the camera. Can you just take that off, beta? Beta, adjust your camera, sir. Please adjust the camera as I'm not able to see the faces. I can see three screens on the camera. Why are there three screens? Please adjust it. Bachcho in the class, I can't see your faces. I see screens on the camera. Why are there screens on the camera? I can see some chat screen on the camera. Just take it out. Yes. No, no. Again, it's coming. Yeah, these screens are coming on the camera. You just take these screens off. Yes, now it's okay. Now it's okay. Thank you. So let's start this class. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm sorry I could not take your class at the scheduled time as there was no power at my place. So let us start today's class. And I think the last thing that we discussed in the previous class was to find out the magnitude and the direction of kinetic friction. Let us continue on the question. Let us continue with the question. Let us start with this question. Now, remember, in the previous question that we did, I had asked you a variety of questions. I had asked you what is the frictional force. I had asked you what is the acceleration. I had also asked you how much time the body takes to stop. I also asked you what is the distance traveled by the body. Now, in the coming questions, I may not be asking the last two, because we can understand once you get the value of acceleration, the entire question becomes a question of chapter 1, motion in 1D or motion in 2D. So right now what we are concentrating is to get the value of acceleration. That is the only thing that we must know, how to find out acceleration when there is a frictional force acting on the body. And what you got to do, we just have to do what we have been doing in the entire chapter. Draw the free body diagram, draw the forces, find out in which direction the body is going to move, write the acceleration as A, and then you can just write the net force in that direction, and that must be equal to the mass into acceleration. So now let me give you a simple problem. A body of mass 5 kg, and I've applied a force of 20 newtons on this body. This surface is rough. All surfaces are going to be rough now, and the coefficient of kinetic friction is 0.1. Can you find out, number one, the value of frictional force Fk? Number two, can you find out the acceleration of the body? Number three, which might be a new question to you, can you find out the value of R? What is this R? What is this R? This R is the reaction force. This R is known as the reaction force. Reaction force between the body of mass M, which is 5 kgs here, and the ground. Can you get me these answers? Your time starts now. Answer? Anyone who got the answer? I give you time, don't worry. 1 minute more. Are you done with the question? Okay. I hope you would have done the question. Let us see how should you attempt this question. The question is pretty simple. One of the basic questions. The first force, oops, wrong color. The first force is mg, 50 kgs, 50 newton downwards. Normal reaction is upwards. No problems in this one. There is no motion in this direction. So I can just write the green equation. N is upwards, 50 is downwards. So my green equation becomes N normal reaction is equal to 50 newtons. I hope everyone understands this. Now, as soon as you get the value of normal reaction, you should be able to find out the value of frictional force. Now you got to decide the direction of friction force. The only way, the only direction where this body can move is in the forward direction, because there is only force acting in the forward direction which is going to move it. That means it will move forward with respect to ground. So ground will apply a frictional force Fk in the backward direction. That will be my Fk. My Fk ka magnitude is also fixed. mu k multiplied by n. I multiply mu k 0.1 by n is 50. The value of frictional force becomes 5 newtons. So 5 Newton is acting backwards, 20 Newton is acting forwards. Now I will write my equation for motion. 20 is forward, acceleration is forward, and 5 Newton is backwards. 20 forwards, 5 backwards, acceleration is forward. What is my yellow equation looking like? My yellow equation will look like 20 forward minus 5 backwards must be equal to 5 ma. That is my yellow equation along x-axis. From here, you can simply calculate the value of A, and the value of A would be 3 meter per second square. Do we understand this? Yes or no? You got this answer? 3 meter per second square, everyone? Can I have some raise hand that we understand this? Okay. Now, the third part of the question was to find out the value of R, the reaction force. Remember, I did not ask normal reaction. I asked you reaction force. Now, how do you get the value of this reaction force? It's pretty simple. See, reaction force has two components. One component is normal reaction, perpendicular, and the other component is frictional force, backwards. So your reaction force will be acting in this direction. R would be your reaction force. This R is going like this. What is the value of this R? One component is perpendicular, other component is parallel. You can simply find out the reaction for R as root over Fk square plus n square. Do we understand this? It is a vector sum of n and Fk. N and Fk. N is the normal component, Fk is the parallel component, and here we have the answer. So this will be equal to root over Fk is 5 square plus 50 square. Whatever you get is the answer for the reaction force. Do we understand this? Anyone was able to solve this one? No one? Okay, not a problem. Now, I'm going to change this question, and I will be putting this question in this way because I want to make some points clear. So I'll give you the same question in a different way, and you must see what I have changed. So 5 kg, 20 newtons, this remains same. I have changed the value of mu k now becomes 0.2. So I have increased the value of mu k. Now can you get me the three answers? The three questions are simply, what is the value of Fk, number one? Number two, what is the acceleration? Number three, what is the value of the reaction force R? You have to see what I have changed. Changing this, what happens? That is what you got to see. Your time starts now. Okay. Let us solve this question now. Wrong color. 50 newtons downwards, normal reaction upwards. It's not going to move in the vertical direction. So my normal reaction remains 50. N is equal to 50. Nothing has changed on this front. Normal reaction remains same. Now, again, we have to understand where this block is going to move. The only way this can move is in the forward direction, because force is in the forward direction, acceleration is the forward direction. As soon as it moves in the forward direction, frictional force would be backwards, because it opposes relative motion, Fk, and the value of Fk you all know is also fixed, mu k multiplied by n. Now mu k is 0.2, n is 50, so now it becomes 10 newtons. So my value of frictional force becomes 10 newtons. So you can see, by changing the value of mu k, I have changed the value of friction. Remember, how can you change the value of friction? You can change the value of friction by changing the value of mu k. Now let us look at this yellow equation. Acceleration is forward, 20 is forward, 10 is backwards. What will be my yellow equation? My yellow equation would look like 20 minus 10 is equal to 5a. From here, you can calculate the value of a, and your a would be coming as 2 meter per second square. That would be the value of a, the yellow equation. And I hope you can now find out the value of the reaction force R. What is the value of this reaction force R? This reaction force R will be going like this, and this R will be equal to root over Fk square plus n square. You can put the values and get your answers. Everyone got this? Can I have some raised hand that we understood this? Well done, well done. Chalo. Now see, in the next question, what I'm going to do, there's a reason why we are doing the same question in different ways, so that I can make a point and then I will give you something to write about it. Question number 4. Now see here what I have done. This is 5 kg blocks. Now apply 20 kgs like this, 20 newtons like this, at an angle of 37 degrees. The value of mu k is original value. The original value was 0.1. Now can you find out all the 3 results and see what has changed here, and changing that thing, how I've changed it, and what is the effect of changing that thing. I'll give you a minute. Right. I hope everyone in the online class is following me. Suman, Jagdish, Harshita. Are we there? Are we understanding what I'm saying? What is happening in the class? Okay. So what is happening here? 50 newtons, normal reaction N. But see here, this force is not horizontal, so I have to resolve it into 2 components. This will be 20 into cos of 37. Cos of 37 is 4 by 5. So this would be 16 newtons. The upper force, the vertical component, will be 20 sine of 37. Sine of 37 is 3 by 5. 20 into 3 by 5. I think it would be 12 newtons. Now you can see the green equation. N is upwards, 12 is upwards, 50 is downwards. Not going to move like this. So my green equation now becomes N plus 12 is equal to 50, which implies that N is equal to 38. N is equal to 38. I have changed the value of N. And you see how I have changed the value of N. I have changed the angle at which I have applied the force. I have changed the value of N. Now, in which direction is this block going to move? There is only one direction in which this can move, and which is forward, because force is forward. So acceleration will be forward. So you have frictional force, which will be backwards. What is the value of frictional force? Mu k into N. Mu k is 0.1. N is 38. So here it now becomes 3.8. Now I look. 16 Newton is forward. Acceleration is forward. Friction is backward. And it is equal to 3.8. What is my yellow equation now? My yellow equation is simply 16 minus 3.8 is equal to MA. Sorry. M is 5. Acceleration is A. You can find out the value of acceleration from here. How do I get the value of reaction force? Again, reaction force will be going like this. R will be equal to under root of frictional force square, 3.8 square, plus normal reaction, which is 12 square, and the value will give you the answer. Am I clear? So what we have understood from these three questions? Question number 1, question number 2, question number 3. In question number 1, I had kept mu at 0.1. In question number 2, I made mu at 0.2. Once I change the value of mu, I change the value of frictional force. Frictional force is mu k multiplied by N. So to change frictional force, either you change mu or you change N. I have told you how to change mu. By changing the surface, you change mu. How do you change N? By applying force at different angles, we should be able to change the value of N. Do we understand this? Can I have some raise hand that we understand this? How I have changed the value of frictional force in all the cases? Okay. Now what we are going to do is write it again. Oops. You see this? Okay. I think this note is already with you. I'll just go through this note and we will try to understand the advantages and disadvantages of friction. You can just remember them. Walking is possible. Two bodies stick. Glue is an example of frictional force. Brake, example of frictional force. Writing is not possible without friction. Transfer of motion from one part to other. Gear will not work if there is no friction. Okay. So these are the advantages of friction. What are the disadvantages of friction? Friction always opposes. The most important term is relative motion between any two bodies. Therefore, extra energy has to be spent. Friction causes wear and tear. All these are for your board exams. Frictional force results in the production of heat, which causes damage to the machinery. These are the advantages and disadvantages of friction. I hope you are well aware of them. It's in the notes. I've already sent you these notes, so you must be having them. What are the ways of changing friction? So I've told you to change friction, you have to change mu k or you have to change N. How you can change mu k? These are the ways in which you can change mu k: by polishing, by lubrication, by proper selection of material. Different material will have different mu k. By streamlining, make the body streamlined. You will reduce air resistance. By using ball bearing, because rolling friction is always less than sliding friction, or you can change the value of n as I have already told you. Am I clear? Have you noted these methods? Polishing, I mean, basically, you're trying to change the value of mu k. These are the different ways in which you can change the value of mu k, and hence you can change the value of frictional force. Anyone has any doubt? Please raise your hands now. Okay, no one has doubt, so I'll move further. And the next heading is angle of friction. What do you mean by angle of friction? And I suppose that you already know this. We'll just show you this diagram. Just show you this diagram. Just enlarge it. Okay. I hope you can see this diagram. It's very simple. I've applied a force P here on this block. So this block is going to move like this with an acceleration A, let us suppose. This is the frictional force F, small f or Fk, opposing the relative motion backwards. This is the normal reaction R. I will call it as N. This is the normal reaction N. And this gentleman is your reaction force R. We have already found out the value of R is root over Fk square plus N squared. We have already done that. Here, what we have to see is what is this angle theta. This angle theta is the angle that the reaction force, which is going at an angle, makes with the normal. So if this is the normal, this angle that the reaction force makes with the normal is known as theta, and this theta is known as the angle of friction. Do we understand this, the angle of friction? Angle of friction is the angle that the reaction force R makes with the normal reaction force N. That is the angle of friction. Please draw this diagram and draw the angle theta very clearly. This angle is known as the angle of friction. Now, how do we find out the value of this angle of friction? By simple trigonometry. I can find out the value of tan theta. This tan theta, they have written it in their language, so I'll write it in my language. This tan theta will always be equal to Fk divided by N. Now you know that the value of Fk is mu k multiplied by N, and say N will get cancelled, and I will get tan theta will be equal to mu k, or theta will be equal to tan inverse of mu k. Do we understand this? The last line is of no use right now. The value of this theta, tan of this theta is always equal to the value of mu k. Tan of theta is always equal to the value of mu k. Am I clear? Please note this down. Tan of theta is always equal to the value of mu k. Okay. Now what we are going to do is to solve one or two more questions on friction, so that you understand that whatever questions we have done previously, the same questions can be used, can be done for friction, and nothing changes. The only thing that changes is that you will have to bring friction into the picture. So I am now putting a question here. We'll not be doing much of these because we have already done a lot of questions on this. This is a block of 5 kg and this is a block of 10 kg. We have already done this type of question where there was no friction. Right now friction is going to come. So this surface is rough. The value of mu k for this surface is 0.1. What you have to find out is the value of frictional force, the tension in the string, and the acceleration of the two blocks. You just have to do what you have been doing till now. Do the same thing again, and you should be able to solve this question. Your time begins now. Okay, I hope you are all trying. How to do it? The only way we know to do it is by doing simple things. The first simple thing is drawing the free body diagram. This is 50, this is T, this is T. I don't need it, but still I draw it. T, this is T, this is 100. Normal reaction is N. Now you have to find out or understand where this system is going to move, and it is not a rocket science. Where will the system move? The only way the system can move is this body has to go down. If it goes down with an acceleration A, this will come forward with the same acceleration A. Do we understand this? I hope we understand this. So now I will write the equation. Fifty is downwards, T is upwards, acceleration is downwards. So what is the pink equation? Everyone knows this equation now. 50 minus T equates 5A. This becomes my red equation, equation number 1. 50 minus T is equal to 5A. This becomes my first equation for the first block. Now I look at the next block. N is upwards, 100 is downwards. There is no other force in the upward direction or downward direction. So now I can write my blue equation, my green equation. N will be equal to 100. N will be equal to 100. That becomes my blue equation, my green equation. Now the yellow one, acceleration is forward, T is forward. It has to move forward. So friction would be backward. So I have to now apply frictional force Fk. The value of this Fk is mu k multiplied by N. The value of mu k is 0.1. 0.1 multiplied by 100. So the value is 10 newtons. So this becomes my 10 newtons. T is forward. 10 is backwards, acceleration is forward. So what is my yellow equation? T minus 10 is equal to MA. M is 10, 10A. This becomes my equation number 2. How do I solve it? Well, you know how to solve it. You just need to add up these two equations. Add equation number 1 with equation number 2. T will get cancelled and you will get the value of A. Can you tell me the value of A? I think you will get this equation 40 equates 15A. From here, you can get the value of acceleration. Once you get the value of acceleration, you should be able to find out the tension in the string by equation number 1 or by using equation number 2. Am I clear with this? Okay. Let us now move. Anyone has any doubts? Can please raise your hands? Let us now move to this question. I have an inclined plane at an angle theta. Now this theta, I will talk about this theta. A block of mass m is kept here. The value of kinetic friction is mu k. Oops. Okay, I hope you can see this now. So I have an inclined plane inclined at an angle theta. A block of mass m is kept on the inclined plane. Mu k is the coefficient of kinetic friction. This theta is greater than the angle of repose. Now you will say, sir, I don't know what is the angle of repose. Have some faith. I will let you know what is the angle of repose. Don't worry about this. Right now, just write that this theta is greater than the angle of repose. You are supposed to find out what? You are supposed to find out number 1, the value of frictional force, Fk. Number 2, the value of the reaction force, R. Number 3, you have to find the acceleration of the block. These are the 3 things. I have given you the value of theta. I have given you the angle theta, and I've told you it is something greater than the angle of repose. You don't know what is angle of repose. Doesn't matter. That will not affect the question in any way. Your time starts now. I hope you are able to do this question. Yes or no? Okay. How to go about it? The only thing we know is to draw a free body diagram. Free body diagram mg goes like this. Normal reaction goes like this. And now you all know that the only direction where this can move is downwards along the inclined plane like this. So acceleration has to be downwards. I'll have to resolve weight into two components. I have not resolved it correctly, so I'll just correct it. So one component will be mg cos theta. Everyone knows mg cos theta. And the other component which is trying to pull it down is mg sine theta. So the only way this can move is downwards. But as soon as it starts to move downwards, friction force will start to act upwards. The value of frictional force is Fk, and Fk is equal to mu k multiplied by n, and n is equal to mg cos theta, so it becomes mu k mg cos theta. I hope all of you are following me. Now, the value of normal reaction n is mg cos theta. I have written it straight away, the green equation. If you want, I can write it again. N will be equal to mg cos theta. This is my green equation. I hope you have now become confident enough to write the value of normal reaction. From normal reaction, I have calculated the value of friction force. Now I will write my red equation. No, my yellow equation. Acceleration is forward. Mg sine theta is also forward, but my frictional force is backward. So my yellow equation looks like this. Mg sine theta minus Fk. Fk is mu k mg cos theta. That must be equal to mass into acceleration. I can cancel out m from all the three sides, and now I can write the value of acceleration as g sine theta minus mu k g cos theta. You can also take g common and write everything in the bracket. This will be the value of acceleration in this case. How many of you got this answer? Can I have some raise hand of anyone getting this answer? No one? Okay. I hope now you have seen it. Anyone has any doubt? Please raise your hands. Okay. Now I also need to find out the value of the reaction force R. No, don't panic. R will be equal to root over Fk square plus n square. Fk square is mu k m square g square cos square theta, and n is mg cos theta, so its square becomes m square g square cos square theta. You can take mg cos theta outside, and your answer I think would be like this: mg cos theta multiplied by 1 plus mu k ka square. That would be the value of the reaction force. Is everyone getting what I am telling? Am I clear to all of you? Can I have some raise hand that we have understood this? We have found out the value of acceleration, and we have also found out the value of the reaction force. Anyone has any doubt? Please raise it now. You can raise your hands and you can ask your doubt. Now you can understand a very simple thing from here. If mu k is 0, that means this surface is smooth or it is frictionless. If the surface is smooth or it is frictionless, the value of acceleration simply becomes g sine theta, and the value of normal reaction becomes, put the value of mu k as 0, it becomes mg cos theta, which becomes nothing but equal to n, because frictional force just disappears. Can I have some raised hand that we have understood this? Can I have some raised hand that we have understood this so I can move forward? Okay, great. Now I would hope that you can solve this question for me. I've forgotten what is the number. Number doesn't matter. What matters is you have understood the question. Now I have a condition like this. One of the blocks is kept on an inclined plane. The other block is hanging. You have to find the value of frictional force. You have to find the value of the acceleration of the two blocks, and you have to find the tension in the string. Your time starts now. The first question that I will ask here is definitely, where is this system going to move? There are only two possibilities. The one is the red possibility, that this goes down, 9 kg block moves down and 10 kg block moves up. Or the other possibility, the 9 kg block moves up and the 10 kg block moves down. So red or green, which is the correct option? Where will this block, where will this system move? The red direction or the green direction? How many for red? Can you please raise your hands that you think that it will move in the red direction in the class? Okay, no one thinks that it is moving in the red direction. How many of you think that it will move in the green direction? I only have 2 people, 3 people, 4 people who think that they will move. 6 people, 2 girls also there. Okay, so 6 people think that it will move in the green direction. No one thinks that it will move in the red direction, and there are 1 or 2 students which I can't see. They don't know whether it will move or not. That can also be a case. Trust me, I have always told you about questions that I have faced when I was of your age. There was a question that came in the IIT that I gave, the JEE that I gave. It was a similar question, not this type. There were two inclined planes and two blocks kept on those inclined planes, and there were three questions asked: acceleration of the block, frictional force, and reaction force, something like that. I don't know. I just saw the question. I thought, no, this is a tricky question. Let us leave it. And thank God it was a tricky question, and I left it. Many of my friends tried it and they got trapped. They could not solve it, and they lost a lot of time. Now let us first draw the free body diagram. See, to understand something, there must be a logic. Physics is all about logic. If you are guessing, sir, this will move downwards, that will move upwards. Why? Sir, I feel so. Physics does not run on your feeling. Physics runs on facts and figures. Let us first draw the free body diagram. This is 90 newtons here, T here. I don't need this T. I don't need this T, but I'll draw it. This T is here. It's not finished. mg 100 Newton is here. mg cos 53. Oh, I should make it as 37. चलो 53 पे, चलो 53 पे देख लेते हैं. mg cos 53, mg cos 53 is 80 newtons. No, mg cos 53 is 60 newtons. And mg sin 53 is mg multiplied by 100 multiplied by 4 by 5, so it will be 80 newtons. This 60 I have drawn wrongly. It's not going. Oops. How do I do it? Undo. Should take this 60 off. Okay. So this 60. Oops. So this 60 should be like this. 60, and normal reaction should be like this. Now, think, how is this system going to move? The force which is trying to pull it downwards is 90 on this side. The force which is trying to pull it downwards on the other side is 80. So 80 Newton is trying to pull it here, and 90 Newton is trying to pull it here. Now you give me your answer. 90 Newton is trying to pull it like this, and 80 Newton is trying to pull it like this. Where will it go? On one side we have 90 Newtons, on the other side we have 80 Newtons. Where will it go? And the answer is it will go along the red direction. The only way this system can move is along the red direction, because 90 Newton, which is pulling it downwards on the other side, is more than 80 Newtons, which is trying to pull it from the other side. Am I clear? Do I have some raised hand that you understand this? Okay, then I write the acceleration as, oops. Then I write the acceleration as A, and I write my green equation. 90 is here, T is here, A is here. So I can write my first equation. Every one of you know how to write it. It will be 90 minus T is equal to 9A. That is my first equation. Now remember, this block is going to move upwards. So frictional force has to be downward. So let me draw the frictional force. How will I draw it? Let me draw it here. The frictional force Fk, and the value of Fk is 0.1. You also have to think about the normal reaction. The value of normal reaction is 60. I hope you understand the value of normal reaction. The value of normal reaction is 60 from the red equation, or pink, or whatever color it is. So the value of kinetic friction becomes 60 multiplied by 0.1. 60 multiplied by 0.1 is 6 newtons. Now you look at the yellow equation. My acceleration is upwards. My T is upwards. Acceleration is upwards. T is upwards. What is trying to pull it down is 80 and 6. So my yellow equation becomes, remember it is moving upwards. My yellow equation becomes T upwards minus 80 downwards Downwards means like this. Minus 6 downwards is equal to 10a. That becomes my equation number 2. This is my equation number 1. You can add up both the equations and get your answer. That will be the value of a. To just add these two equations, 1 and 2, 90 minus 80 minus 6, it will be 4. So 4 would be equal to 19a. And my a will be coming as 4 by 19 meter per second square. Once you get the value of a, you should be able to find out the value of t, and that finishes this question. Now, the only reason we did this question was I put 9 kgs on one side and 10 kgs on the other side, so that you understand it is not going to move in the direction of 10 kgs, because entire 10 kgs converted into newtons is 100 newtons. Entire 100 newton is not trying to pull it down. Only 80 newtons is trying to pull it down. But on the other side, we have 90 newtons, which is trying to pull it on the other side. And therefore, it will move in the red direction and not in the green direction as you were thinking. Am I clear? Have you understood this? So, what is the bottom line and what is the moral of the story? Whatever questions we have done previously, same questions can now be done. The only difference is you have to find out where is the acceleration. You always know where is the acceleration. And you now have to also apply frictional force in the opposite direction so that it opposes the relative motion. Am I clear? Anyone has any doubts, please raise. Okay. So for the next class, what I'm going to do is give you a small task or a homework. Can you all see this sheet? Do you have this sheet of friction with you in the app? You have this sheet with you? Raise hands. Do you have this sheet with you that I'm showing to you right now? You have it? Okay. Even if you don't have it, I will just put it in your group, or I'll just send it to the office, and they will be putting it in your app and all that. Now, in this sheet, if you go to which page number is this? Check the page number. Page number is not written. Okay, you will find some questions, and you will find these simple formulae or concepts that they have written. Now, what you got to do is, if you can remember these small things, that would be a very good thing that you can do, because that will be helping you in solving some questions. For example, this minimum pulling force P at an angle from the horizontal. As I told you, if you change the value of this angle of this force, the value of frictional force also goes down, because the value of normal reaction becomes less. So at what angle should you put, at what angle should you apply this force so that you can pull the object with minimum force? And this is the answer for that. The minimum pulling force is W standing for the weight, which is mg, into sine theta. What is this theta? This theta is your angle of friction. Mu is tan theta. I have told you mu is tan theta. Theta is the angle of friction. So if you can remember these formulae, formula number 1, so you can draw these diagrams. 1, 2, at least 2. Minimum pulling force at an angle alpha, and minimum pushing force at an angle alpha from the horizontal. See, This is a pushing force. You're trying to push it down. The first one was a pulling force where you were trying to pull it down. If you can draw these diagrams in your notebook and remember these formulae, you would be doing a lot of good work for yourself. At least these two cases should be known to you at the minimum level. If you want to go to a higher level, the other cases should be understood and you don't have to solve them. You'll have to keep them as somewhere in your memory, in your hard drive. The third case is minimum pulling force, where you have an inclined plane and then you apply a minimum pulling force to pull it upwards. So that is case number 3. Case number 4, to pull it downwards. So if you can remember these 4 or 5 different cases, if you can remember these 4 and 5 different cases, you would be doing a lot of good work for yourself. The last one, you can just forget about it. I will tell you when to do it. But at least these 5 cases, if you can draw the diagram, write their headings, and just write this formula and keep it in your storage, you will save yourself a lot of time and probably you get a straight question and you can write it. Am I clear? Will you be able to do this small task? Yes or no? Please raise your hands. Yes. So I hope you have this with you. If not, I'll just send it to Vishal sir. He will be putting it in your app. And today is Friday, so Saturday, Sunday you have off. Sunday you have off. We'll only meet on Monday probably. So by that time you should be able to do this. So I'll put this. I'll send this to the office, and you can do this task. My class for now is over. If you have any doubts, you can come up to me. Else, the class is dismissed.